There's a storm across the valley. The clouds are rolling in. The afternoon is heavy on your shoulders. There's a truck out on the 4-lane, a mile or more away. The whining of his wheels just makes it colder.
Hi, welcome to Community Forum. My name is Priscilla Almquist-Olsen, your host. Today is October 31st, Halloween, in the year 2022. And we're going to visit my favorite framer, Dave Bluestein, who's been in business here at the Village Shops for many, many years. And it's called West Side Graphics. You can see right here, this is the outside of the building, and we're going to go in. And he has gifts for everybody. And if you have a last-minute gift need, here's the place to come. So we're going to go in and meet Dave. Hi, Dave.
Hi, Priscilla.
How are you?
Welcome to West Side Graphics.
Yes, here he is. I'm going to lock the door because today is Monday, and it's the day that he is not open, but he is open from Tuesday through Saturday. What are your hours, Dave?
We're closed on Monday, Sunday and Monday. Open Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, 9:30 to 6. Wednesday, 9:30 to 5, and Saturday, 9:30 to 5.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Now, tell me a little bit about all the offerings you have. I was just mentioning to our viewers that if they have the need for a last-minute gift, this is the place to go. Of course, they can come anytime at all and plan ahead because you have so many ideas, so many gift possibilities. Can you tell us a little bit about them?
Well, we've got a vast selection of greeting cards for everybody. We start with anywhere from puzzles to gift items. We have cups, we have glassware, we have drinking glasses, stemmed, non-stemmed.
Unusual. For example, here's a. What kind of fish is that? A marlin?
It's a marlin. Yes.
A marlin. Yeah. Sorry. And so there's something for everybody, and look at these little guys. So, and as we go over here, you can see there's everything from a hummingbird to some interesting desk. And look at these blown glass.
Great for Christmas time.
Right. And
which is coming up.
Yeah. Okay. So let's take a look at what else you have here. Oh my goodness.
We have a nice gallery of art from a local artist. The artist's name is Dick Capello. He's out of East Bridgewater. These are all of his pieces up here.
So those are original paintings?
It's all original art, yes.
Oh my goodness.
Yep.
Well, let's take a look. So we have some still art over here. Oh boy. And of course, you have done the framing, and he did this. This is a really interesting one. And it kind of looks like, who's the artist from Vermont? Andrew
Wyeth.
Thank you.
Yes.
It's like a Wyatt, and so he's nature. I mean, there's some lovely ones here too.
Yep. He does a lot of barns.
Yeah, a barn and a swan.
A lot of wildlife.
But then there's still lifes here.
Yeah, he covers just about every area, anywhere from wildlife to still life to nautical to landscapes.
Okay, and then over here we have jewelry. I didn't even know that you had jewelry,
Yeah,
Dave.
we've had jewelry now for a few years.
And look at these beautiful Flower of the Month bracelets. Wow, beautiful.
We also sell waterfalls like these little items here, and I have a few more in the window.
Oh, what do you know?
Yeah.
Okay, so, and then we have these beautiful cashmere scarves from Scotland.
Yep, beautiful. We got these in. We've been selling these now for about 3 years. They're a big hit. The prices are right, $29.95, 2 for $55. But I've seen the same scarves in other stores for a lot more than this.
Absolutely.
So, but they are beautiful, and they're all cashmere.
Beautiful. Okay, so for that someone special, or for yourself, think about a cashmere scarf for Christmas. Okay, and here we go. We have all kinds of natural body care soaps and lotions and things like that.
Yep.
And you also have a lot of Easton memorabilia.
We
So
do.
you put the Easton name on things.
Yep, everybody in this town, it's a very provincial town. They love anything that says Easton on it. So we carry all of the glassware. We carry some platters, some cheese boards, anything with Easton. We also have signage, which is over on the other side of the store that we'll get to. But it's a great item for local people.
Yeah. Okay. And we have frames.
Yep, tabletop frames, which are a big hit for the
Yeah.
people that don't want to spend a lot of money, but have photos and want something just for their tables.
Okay, and these paintings are incredible. Look at the one with the crows. That's
Yeah.
very unusual.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so if you can take a look at all of these, there seems to be a painting for everyone and a size for everyone. There's a lovely sailboat. It's small but beautiful right here. Yep. Okay. So let's, anything else we should be looking at in the store itself?
Well, the biggest part of our sales are our picture framing section, which is right here on the wall. We have roughly about 5,000 samples of moldings that we sell. We don't stock all of them, but we do stock about 200 numbers, I would say, 200 SKU numbers for people that want something quickly. We also provide matting, glass, glazing. We do everything right here, right on premises. Nothing leaves the store. So if it's something that somebody needs in a hurry, or even in a couple of weeks, we can have it for them.
Let's take a look at all of these frames. They're all so different, and let's just check them all out. And I know what it's like, and we're going to have an interview in the studio afterwards about how you got into this business and what your background is and so forth. And I'm going to bring a wonderful oil painting that he framed for me to show you. And the one thing that he does, he takes time. He takes so much time. And the thing that I was grateful for, Dave, was your patience. When I went through all of these frames and I couldn't make up my mind, and I finally did, and it was the right choice. But this is quite a sample of all of these frames in every color, every size, every thickness, right?
Yeah.
So now we're going to go into the workshop and see how all of these frames are put together.
Before we go there, this is one of my key items here. This is my mat cutter.
Wow.
This will cut hundreds and hundreds of different shapes, thousands actually. We can cut anything you want, any size, any shape, any manner.
That's quite something.
It is.
Look at that. That's huge. Really? Okay.
And here's an example of something we just did for somebody, from a gentleman from the Brockton Fire Department.
From the Brockton Fire?
Yeah. And these are the shields that the firemen wear, and when they retire, they like to have them honored, and some of the gentlemen come in as part of the representation of the fire department, and we'll do this for the firefighter that's being honored. And this is one that we just did for the deputy chief.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
What else do you have here?
We also have a jersey that we framed for a customer. It's a David Beckham signed jersey that we did for this fellow when he was on the Los Angeles Galaxy. Mm-hmm. And we do a lot of jerseys. So,
is that right?
Yeah.
And so the gentleman signed it, didn't he?
Yes, the player signed it. He's very.
That's why the person really wanted it framed.
Yeah, he's world famous. So. Mm-hmm. And then we have a few other things here that we framed for some people.
Oh, that's a beautiful piece.
Yep, these are pretty. We did 2 of these for this particular customer.
Mm-hmm. Beautiful. I love this one. That is so gorgeous.
Yeah, that is very nice. I believe they brought these back from Africa.
Mm-hmm. Beautiful. Okay, so Let's check out the workspace.
Check out the messy
place where you
workspace.
do all your magic.
Well, this is, as you can see, we're we're inundated right now, but we have a lot of things, a lot of projects going on. These are some of the other things that we finished here, but these are things that are about to be done. We do a lot of diplomas, college, high school, certificates, anything. We do a lot of them, especially at graduation time. We also do oil paintings. Here is another project that we're in the middle of with Stonehill College that we just finished. These are some old sweaters from the alumni that they brought in to have done.
Wonderful.
And we're doing a series of these right now for them.
That is old.
That is, yes. Yeah, that goes back
It's
a
like
little
the
ways.
1940s, maybe?
It's 40s, 50s, somewhere in that area.
So you don't just do paintings and lithographs and prints, you do clothes.
We do everything.
Everything.
We do everything.
Okay. And here you have, what is all of this here?
This is all of our stock molding. This is all of the numbers that we keep in stock. So if somebody came in today and said, I need a job done by tomorrow, can you have it done? We can do it.
Right.
We can get it all set for them.
And so where do you do the cutting?
The cutting is done right over here. This is we use a 12-inch double miter saw.
Look in the camera.
This is a 12-inch double miter saw that makes a lot of noise. I can turn it on if you want, but
that's right.
we also have a collection system, vacuum system right over here, which does usually suck up all the dust, not all of it, but 90% of it. So everything is here, cut here, metal, wood, plastic if we need to, but you need special blades for that. These are moldings that are about to be made into frames right here. It looks messy, but these are all cut to size, and they'll probably be done. They'll have them ready for the holidays. For
Now, do you
out
have
front.
some help?
I have 3 people that work for me right now.
Wonderful. I was
Yep.
going to say, this is just amazing and so much work that you
Yep.
need help.
Yep, it's a multi-person job.
You have a team here.
I do have a team, yes. 2 of the people that work for me have had experience. They've worked for other people. One fellow who works for me now had his own business for 43 years in Quincy, and he's come back to help me out 2 days a week. And I'm just very fortunate in this day and age of not being able to get help. I have help, so it's
That's
good.
great.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Okay, and this is quite it's almost like a warehouse, isn't it?
It is, yeah. And there's sometimes you find things here that you didn't know you had. So this is a 44 by 64 press that we heat up and put everything in. This is an example of some of the things that we've dry mounted. Like photos like this, they go on to be matted, cut to size, and then framed. So when you mount something, it mounts out perfectly flat. So when it goes under the glass, you don't get ripples and bubbles going through it. And it maintains it for the life of the picture.
And you also have plexiglass, right?
We have plexiglass.
Yeah.
We have what we call conservation glass. We also have something called museum glass, which is a glass that's just about invisible. You can't tell that there's any glass on the picture at all.
Wow.
So, yeah, and we've been using a lot of it lately. So,
That's wonderful.
yeah.
And everything has a place. So these are the tools of trade here.
These are some of the tools of trade, yes. Yeah, along with that, we have a whole ear system that runs throughout the back room here. So we can hook all of our machines up, we can dust anything off, and it's an essential part of the business. So.
Great. Okay. Well, thank you so much, Dave.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
It's been a pleasure to see the inner workings of this wonderful frame shop. And don't forget, it's not just a frame shop. And one thing I did learn today was the original paintings. And who is the painter from Bridgewater?
His name is Dick Capello.
Dick Capello.
Yeah, from East Bridgewater.
East Bridgewater.
Yep.
And these are all his paintings that you framed?
Those are all of his, yes.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
My goodness. So there are so many gift possibilities here. So don't overlook coming in and seeing what could meet your needs. And just take a look around, check it out. And Dave is so happy to help you, and he's really wonderfully patient. Especially if you're choosing frames.
Yeah, and she's a great customer too.
Yes, I am. Anyway, thank you again, Dave, so much for this
Priscilla,
tour.
thank you.
Wonderful. Welcome to Community Forum. My name is Priscilla Almquist-Olsen, and today is Halloween, October 31st, 2022. And I have just come from a tour of Dave Bluestein's West Side graphic store in the Village Shops in Northeastern, right next to Dunkin' Donuts. And we had a wonderful tour. I discovered so many items there that he sells that I didn't even know, because I go in there for framing. But now I'm going to go in there and look for things. And I already have bought a cashmere scarf for a friend and 2 lights. What do they call those, Dave?
They're night lights, that reciprocating night lights, I guess you would call them.
Yes, and so they're like this. They have this facade, you know, and one is
One is a
unicorn.
Unicorn. Another one's a
for my granddaughter, who is a unicorn freak, and then another one is a ship for my grandson, who, you know, anyway, for nightlife's really interesting. Never noticed them because I wasn't really looking around, and so you're going to see that tour in conjunction with this interview here in the studio, so if you need a quick gift or you need any gifts, check the place out. You'd be surprised. And the price points are from very little to quite a bit. There's some oil paintings by this East Bridgewater artist, Richard Capello, that are just phenomenal. And anyway, take your own tour. Make your own tour. Okay, so Dave, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, and here I have a painting, an oil painting, that I rolled up and prayed that it didn't crack all the way from Sweden and the island of Orust, where my mother's parents came and moved and set up a home on Jenny Lind Street in Northeastern many years ago. And I came, and it's just beautiful shape, and I spent a lot of time, and Dave exhibited a lot of patience while I tried to find the right combination, the right frame to bring out the beauty of this very gorgeous old time. I would say this is from a depicting from the 1870s or the 1880s in Sweden. And you can see the outfit, the apron. I mean, all of it is so typical. And there's a hearth, and there's a copper kettle. And this kettle has legs, and it has a what do you call it? A handle. And of course, I have a number of those at home. Anyway, welcome to the show.
Thanks, Priscilla. It's great to be here.
Yeah. Now tell me, how did you get started? What's your background, by the way?
Well, my background originally was, I was a biology major going into college. I thought I was going to veterinary college. Unfortunately, turn of events happened. I ended up in my dad's business. Took it over for quite a few years and decided I was going to stay there because I liked it so much. One thing turned to the next. We started out on the east side of Brockton. Years passed, we moved to the west side of Brockton and finally to Easton. And that's probably over I'd say about a 45-year span. And we've been in Easton now this is our 30th year now here in Easton.
My goodness.
So, yeah.
Wow. You've been around a long time. You don't look your age.
I know. I feel my age.
It's just a number. So you started out as a biology major. You thought you loved animals, and so you wanted to become a veterinarian. Is that why some of those paintings that Mr. Capello did depict animals and hawks and birds and elephants and...
Not really. I picked a lot of the things that I thought he did best. And I think one of his strong points was probably doing birds, small animals. Like he has some dogs in there that we have that were very good. But he's marvelous on doing feathers and fine detail.
Yes, I mean, and some of them look like they look like Andrew Wyeth. I mean, there are some rural paintings, rural scenes of barns and so forth that just have that eerie, mystical kind of feeling about them. And I think his best works, though, are the still lifes. They're just magnificent.
Yeah.
Just magnificent. They are so real, and everybody likes a still life. So go in and check those paintings out. And they're all different sizes. Some you need a really big house in order to have some of them. They're just huge. And others can be just small. So big ones like that, and little ones, and everything in between. So I just think the price point that you have is there's something there for everybody.
I believe so. I think we've got a pretty good spread on the pricing. We try to keep everybody in mind and make sure that people can afford everything that we have in the store. Mm-hmm.
Well, the cashmere scarves are from Scotland, and they're only $29. And I know you said that you've seen the same scarves from a lot more, and I believe it. And what a wonderful gift for the holiday season that would be. And then you have this soap from Australia, all these different flavors. I love the honey and almond. And so if you need a house gift, or just if you're going to meet somebody, they've invited you for lunch and you want to kind of give them a little thank you, that bar of soap would really hit the spot. So tell me, what is your vision for the future?
Well, we try to bring in things that you can't find online. There are so many stores out there that sell the same thing over and over, like the Hallmark stores and the paper stores. They tend to have the same items. I try to find things that you can't find online or that you can't find in another store somewhere. We try to be unusual and unique.
Well, one of those things is all the interesting things that have Easton on them.
Yes, yeah. People in town here love it. Anything that has Easton, it's great. We have a million different items, from stem glasses to plaques to coasters.
What I like is those wooden signs.
Yes, yep. And we also can make them custom too for them if they wish.
Yeah, I'd say home is Easton. I like that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and then you have also Brockton and Bridgewater too.
Yes, we try
items.
to carry all the surrounding towns. We'll carry all the Bridgewaters, Brockton, Stoughton, Sharon, anything that's within the radius.
Mm-hmm. So you do have a lot of customers who come from surrounding towns.
We do, yes. I've got a good customer base.
And do you feel that your customer base is augmented by word of mouth recommendations?
I think that's your best advertising. I mean, we've tried different types of advertising, print media. Word of mouth is like the final word for a lot of people. If you get a good recommendation, if you do a good job, somebody's going to go out and tell 10 other people.
Well, I can tell you that you did such a great job on this. Just beautiful. I mean, and this is one frame. It's not two frames. The orange and the black actually are attached together, right?
Yes.
And you can see how it brings out the black here in her skirt, and the black of the hearth, and then the orange of her clothing. I think it's just perfect. And now I have to see who this Kay Nystrom is.
She
maybe.
must have other pieces out there.
Yeah, I have to do
it's a
some
good piece of work.
research.
Yeah, yeah,
So maybe he's quite famous. Wouldn't that be nice?
that would be nice.
So I understand that you have quite a team working for you too. You know, this is not a one-person operation.
No.
Because it's so complicated and there's so many tasks that go into framing that you need a team. So tell me about your team.
Well, we have a lot of expertise. I think we probably have over, I'd say 150 years of experience alone in 3 people alone. The people that work for me, I have one gentleman who's been with me for 3 years. He's a retired gentleman that owned his own frame shop in Quincy, Frantic Framers, and his name is Paul Sturman. Paul is very good. We've been friends for years. He retired, sold his business, and one day we were talking, and I said, "How you doing?" He says, "I'm bored." I said, "Why don't you work for me for a couple of days a week?" And since then, he's been working for me for 2 days a week.
That's great.
And I had another girl, Allison, who's been, she was working out of her house doing the same thing. And I just asked her if she'd like to come to work for us. And she said, yeah, I think that's a great idea. So.
Well, as the viewing audience will see in the video we did of the tour of the premises, including the workroom in the back, where some huge equipment. There's a matting board that you can mat a huge painting, right?
It's a computerized mat cutter.
Oh, it is computerized.
Yeah.
My goodness! Wow. And then the what's the one in the main building, main area there?
The dry mount press.
Dry mount press.
Yes, where we mount all kinds of posters, prints, canvases that can't be stretched because there's no border around them to stretch with. So we have a new material that will mount canvas now. It's different, and it's all acid free, so everything's being preserved. Nothing will yellow, and it will last forever.
Yeah, that's great. And one of the interesting things was to see Stonehill College's early 30s, 40s, 50s maybe, sweaters, sports sweaters, cardigans,
Yes.
that, with the Stonehill College emblem. And then also, I noticed that you had a Beckham, who's a soccer player, right?
Right.
Yeah, the famous Beckham.
Yeah.
We all know Beckham.
David Beckham.
And so whoever asked for this jersey to be framed had Mr. Beckham sign it and date it. And so it's a treasure for that person. And I imagine that when some of the Olive Rames High School jerseys are no longer being worn by the college-bound student, that maybe parents might think about that too. Anyway.
And we have done them too for some of the students.
Yeah. And what I think is wonderful too is that you can preserve these things. You have the kind of acid paper.
What we call
conservation
paper.
Right.
And conservation glass. Everything we do is in the framing world is called conservation, which is reversible. So if you ever wanted to take out a piece that you thought was valuable, you could take it out if you wanted to sell it, or if the person that you were selling it to didn't want it framed, they just wanted to have it for whatever reason. Most of the time, they would keep it in the framing. But it's just a process where it's preserved and it doesn't change color. It maintains its authenticity, and it's an original state.
Yeah, that's amazing. And what's the difference between museum glass and what was the other one?
The regular glass. Well, we have museum glass. We have conservation glass.
Conservation glass.
Conservation is the same thing as museum, but you get a glare that comes back. Museum glass is a glass that shows no reflection at all. Matter of fact, it's so fine that you cannot even see the glass. You have to go up and tap it to see if there is glass in there.
Amazing.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep. We use a lot of it.
Do you?
Yep.
Yeah, and who are the customers that demand that museum glass?
People with signed pieces, signed authentic pieces. For example, I have one customer, we did a couple of original Remington paintings. Remington was the artist who did all of the Western, exactly, Western art. We've done a few signed, done a lot of signed Rockwells. Any renowned artist that has something of value usually will put museum glass on.
Isn't that interesting?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Same thing with the matting and the framing. It's all encompassed.
Yeah.
So.
Yes, I have some original paintings and etchings, and I'm sure they don't have museum glass because I've had them for a long time. And a number of these were done by an artist friend of mine. So I'm sure that when I bought those, museum glass wasn't in existence.
I'll give you a good example. I reframed, a gentleman had a sports autograph store, and he could tell that all the signatures, all of his shirts and the balls that the athletes had signed were all starting to fade. He had me change all the glass and all of the pieces for him so he wouldn't lose those signatures.
Wow.
Yeah.
So keep that in mind, viewers. This man is quite a genius when it comes to preserving all of your, and some of these things can be family items too. Do you have people come in and have something that's very sentimental, maybe not valuable, but they want to preserve it?
Oh, absolutely. Family heirlooms that we frame, family heirlooms, old pictures, especially pictures which do fade. The old black and whites will fade. Sepia tone pictures, even the color pictures from 20 years ago. I recommend it to all my customers that they frame them in the best possible setting you can put them in.
Right, and to preserve them.
To preserve them so they last.
Right, and because photos, they fade over time, don't they?
They do, yes.
And they change colors.
Yep, yep. And it's just from incandescent light and outside light.
It can be brutal.
It can be, yes. Yeah.
Well, you are a man of immense information. I mean, it's...
I don't know about that.
But, so did you ever regret not pursuing your original goal?
No, because I love what I do. I really do. Matter of fact, people keep asking me, don't you think it's time for you to retire? And I said, no, I like this. What am I going to do if I retire? Yeah. I really like what I do. And for me now, I mean, it's just a joy to go in every morning and find something different.
Yeah. Well, you are a people person too. You enjoy people and conversing and learning from them.
I do. That I think is what I would miss most as a retailer.
Yeah.
Is because I get people in all the time. I love talking to people. And you're right. You learn something every day from new people that walk in, and even from some of my old customers. So it's yeah.
Yeah, and I'm sure you have a lot of repeat customers.
Oh, we do.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank God.
And I'm one of them.
Yes, she is.
Anyway, but isn't that beautiful? And I thank you for your patience, because I said, oh, let's take a look at that one. Let's take a look at that frame. Oh, yes. And then finally found the right frame, I think. Just works beautifully.
I sure believe you did. It was a team effort, believe me.
Yes,
she knew what she wanted. I knew what to show her.
Yeah, yeah, and you picked those out. And think about all. I mean, how many did you say you have hanging up on that wall?
We probably have about 5,000 samples, not including what's in my drawers in the back and underneath my counters.
So you know.
So if you come in and you can't find something, you're not looking hard enough. I'm not showing you the right thing.
Yeah, okay. Well, Dave Bluestein, thank you so much for coming, and I hope that the viewing audience has enjoyed this program as much as we have enjoyed presenting it to you. And until next time, this is Priscilla Almquist-Olsen with her guest, Dave Bluestein of Westside Graphics, located in the Village Shops, across from Hilliard's, we all know that, at Daly's Corner, and the shop, Westside Graphics, is next to Dunkin' Donuts. So stop in, stop by. You don't have to buy anything, just check him out, see what he's got. And so when you need a gift or you need to frame something, you'll know where to go. Thank you, Dave.
Thank you, Priscilla.
All the best. Until next time, be well.